Babylon 5, The Expanse, even Stargate, all delayed because of the streaming war. Welcome to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. So, if you are a regular SciTrekker, first of all, you'll know that I speak to a couple of people that work in and around MGM. One of those sources doesn't actually work directly for MGM, but he is kind of an accountant that works with a company that works directly with them. He's not really an accountant, so it takes a little bit more complicated than that. But one of the things he does do is he works a lot with contracts and things like this. But he also does and works with a lot of research people that crunch numbers for these big companies like MGM. I've been talking to him in the last few weeks, and he has been telling me a lot about the war between the streaming services. HBO Max, Paramount Plus, Netflix, Disney Plus, and of course Amazon Prime. One of the things he was telling me was that in 2019-2020, when the lockdown happened, there was a massive surge in subscriptions. We were all stuck at home with nothing better to do, so we all subscribed to streaming services. On average, people in the United States have at least 3. Here in the UK, it's 2 or 3. However, now in 2022, we've all gone back to work. We've all got less time, and we've also all got less money. Because the thing that actually drove all of that massive investment and all those huge surge in numbers is now the thing that is plateauing that growth. Because we've got less cash in our pockets thanks to the cost of living crisis. And many of us are trying now to decide which of these services we can get rid of. If you are new to the channel, by the way, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. It really helps us out, and you become a fully fledged SciTrekker. Consider hitting the join button. So what does this mean for our big TV shows? The ones that we're really excited about returning, like Babylon 5, The Expanse, and Stargate. Well, let me tackle The Expanse first. Series 6 ended. And even though they said Series 6 has ended for now, it was never actually sort of like officially killed. It was never really officially cancelled. They just sort of said it's gone on hiatus. The producers of the TV show have said it's very possible the show could return. Some of the actors have made little cryptic comments about it possibly returning. And if you are, again, a regular SciTrekker, you'll know I've done videos about how Amazon really have thought about different possibilities for this show. Now, nothing is set in stone yet, and these are rumours, but people that work in and around MGM told me that they saw plans for possibly 3 movies, but that apparently got scrapped quite quickly. Those 3 movies would have covered the next 3 books. That wasn't going to happen. They decided that they could never make these books into movies. It just wouldn't work, and definitely not for the budget they were considering. The next idea was to create, to actually move forward with Series 7. There's a 30-year gap between Book 6 and 7. Now, there are ways they could get around that, but generally it was decided that maybe that wasn't the way to go. But there is a plan in place right now. My sources tell me that there is an idea to actually have a couple of spin-off series. But why would you have a spin-off series? Why would you move away from the books, as the series has quite closely stuck to the books so far? Well, Amazon producers and Amazon executives think that The Expanse has never done as well as it should have done. It's a better show than the ratings suggest. It does win awards, but it never gets the big draw that they've always wanted. So one way of maybe getting new viewers is to have a spin-off series. A series that can be pushed as a new sci-fi show, but that is still linked to The Expanse. Something that would please current fans, but maybe draw in new ones. That is the current plan. Now, it hasn't got any further than that being outlined as an idea. As far as I know, no showrunner has been approached. There are no scripts in place. This is just a plan for the future. But even that plan is currently on pause. It's on pause because of the reasons I was telling you about the streaming services. Amazon, though, have got it even worse. They spend about $13 billion a year on content. Music, movies, TVs. $1 billion nearly of that has been earmarked for The Lord of the Rings. Now, when you've only got a $13 billion budget for a year, earmarking so much to one project has had an impact. Also, Amazon Prime has actually run at a loss over several years. They've been trying to win this streaming service race and trying to create more and more content. The plan was for 2022 and 2023 that they would at very least break even. That doesn't look like it's going to happen. For Amazon, a slowdown in subscription numbers would be a big problem. They were projecting to hit 300 million subscribers over the next 5 years. Now, those numbers seem very unlikely. So because of this slowdown and because of the pressure on our bills, we are, instead of having 2 or 3 subscription channels, probably only going to have 1 or 2. Disney has had a massive increase in subscriptions over the last 2 years, and Disney Plus has very quickly become the main streaming service. HBO is merging with Discovery. That's going to make a real juggernaut of a streaming service, really the main competition for Disney Plus in the United States. Netflix has been having a very slow decline over the last couple of years as other streaming services and more competition has really pressured them, and they're just not getting the content they once did. Amazon Prime has always been sort of the 3rd or 4th runner-up, but has had a massive growth in the last couple of years, driven a lot by having its subscription linked to Amazon Prime and getting free delivery on our stuff that we wanted during lockdown. So just to summarise, because of the slowdown in subscriptions and the slowdown in growth, because Amazon believes it now is overspent on Lord of the Rings, and that Lord of the Rings is actually getting massively criticised online, even though this is a show that's not been finished made yet and we haven't seen yet, lots of people have already said it's a load of rubbish. I don't really understand that, but Amazon look at things like that on social media. Even Netflix has spent a lot of money on the Last Airbender series, and that is also perhaps at risk because it's maybe, even though it's costing a fortune to make, might not actually get them the viewing figures they were hoping for. Because of these reasons, all of the streaming services are currently looking at their budgets except for maybe Disney Plus. They're all wondering how do they get more for their money. All of them are very nervous what the next 12 months might bring, and the insider that has spoken to me has basically said that that means for the next 12 months there's going to be significant uncertainty. If they are not absolutely certain a project is going to succeed, it may not get greenlit. These people at the end of the day are human, and in the last 6 months they've been made to feel a little bit nervous. The MGM sale through to Amazon is a good example of this. MGM were promised by Amazon that they were going to be left to be autonomous. Amazon are now saying, after 2 of the top executives left, that actually MGM will be absorbed into Amazon Prime, and that nobody expected what happened with COVID. Nobody expected TV and movies to basically be shut down for a year, and these are the reasons why all of its promises over the last 12 months are not going to be kept. So it is uncertain times ahead, and it looks like the first victims of these uncertain times are going to be Babylon 5, which was going to be moved over from the CW to HBO Max. We're now not sure what's happening with that. A possible Expanse series or spin-off series, we're now not sure what's happening with that. And the return of Stargate, the last of which being something that looked almost certain just a couple of months ago, and now we can't be so sure. Even though I'm absolutely certain these projects will happen at some point, the insider that I've spoken to says that he doesn't expect any of these things to be greenlit or any new major project to be greenlit in the next 6 months, possibly 12 months. So, please guys, get into the comments, tell me exactly what you think about this news. I'd love to know as well, how many streaming services do you actually subscribe to? Personally, I subscribe to 4. God, I subscribe to 4. Oh, I really need to get a life. But how many do you subscribe to? And, you know, what do you think about this thing that Amazon is saying, that they weren't really expecting COVID and that it's only really now suddenly we're feeling the effects? Does that feel like an excuse to you? Because I've got to say, it does to me. If you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, it really helps us out. You'll also consider becoming a fully fledged sci-trekker. Hit the join button. Finally, if you love the t-shirt, I do, I really like this t-shirt, there's a link in the description, scitrek.com, that you can go to and buy loads of lovely merchandise. including a Bring Back Stargate t-shirt, jumper, whatever else. As always, guys, please stay safe. I'll see you soon.